Winner of this goes up against Sephiroth, a player who I'm not familiar with. He was letting us know he was letting us know that he has been on a hiatus from competitive play for 2 years. So it's been a while since he's competed, but it's great to see him in the bracket, and we will be able to cast him later on today. But enough about that, because here we are in our second series, and spawning in the bottom left hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres ALE, we have the CranKy Duckling himself. Let's go, the Street Fighter representing Peru, the purple Zerg. It is Ryu. CranKy Duckling. And spawning in the top right hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres ALE, it is the best player in all of Argentina, representing Furious Gaming. It is Egg. Let's go. Now this is what we all wanted to see. A proper ZvZ between the best Zerg in Peru going up against the best Zerg in Argentina. Oh, let's go. Again, it is ZvZ, so this is kind of the matchup that has changed the least over time. So Egg, I'm sure, is comfortable here, but he's up against Ryu, and Ryu has been on fire. Unfortunately, he didn't play in Copa Hyperion last week, so we didn't get to see him against Tavo or the Zerg Lord or against Cham. But Ryu, he's a champion. He has won many, countless Sentimiento Latinos, countless Copa Hyperions. Like, he is a champion. And he is the one to beat because he's a favorite for this tournament. Can anyone stop him before he gets to the finals? Again, typically, if you want to be in Ryu's way, you have to be Pocket Mike, you have to be Eggs, you have to be the Zerg Lord. Or maybe you have to be someone like Egg. It is not outside the realm of possibility for Egg to be able to take down a player like Ryu. We will see. We will see. As again, so far, pretty standard openers. Hatch, gas, pool from both of our players, so very, very standard. No early aggression for the time being. It's all about after this, right? Are we going to see a bit of a Ling flood? Is anyone going to cut some corners and not go for a Baneling Nest? Go into fast roaches, go 2-base Muda or something like that, you know? In honor, in memory of Jim Rising. Maybe, maybe. Oh, meanwhile, I don't I don't think I was able to say anything, but a massive congratulations to Jim Rising. We were posting about it in our Discord server, and I think in one of the broadcasts as well in the middle of the week. For those who don't know, Jim Rising is not in today's tournament because he's busy being a dad. Again, felicidades, Jimbo, Jaime Arturo Duran Silencio, mate. He's a dad. This week, he was tweeting when he went to the hospital. His girlfriend was in labor and gave birth to his son. I don't know if he's announced the name of his son. I'm sure he has on his stream. But yeah, he's Papi Jim. he is the father. So again, congratulations to Jim. Not just congratulations for Jim, you know, now being a father, but also he joined a new team today. I was talking about it before. Last week he left Timbers Esports, and I have to quickly check the name of the team because they're not like familiar with StarCraft or anything like that. They're a big Latin American team. There it is. He joined Estral Esports. I'm sure Darking can let us know a little bit more about the team when he does join us later on. But yeah, a lot of things have been happening for Jim. Of course, his stream has been popping off as well. And yeah, it's great to see him happy. You know? It feels good. Feels good. Meanwhile, we did have a little bit of a Ling run by, so Ryu, he sees everything. He confirms, okay, you have defensive Banelings, you don't have a very fast lair, you don't have fast gases, your lair timing is relatively standard, so everything is looking pretty normal so far. Pretty normal. Okay, I was waiting for the Roach Warren. I was like, mate, where are the roaches? Roach Warren gets thrown down. Ryu a little bit behind in his lair timing, but not the biggest of deals, and neither player skipped their Baneling Nest. And neither player made a massive wave of Lings to deny their third. So, again, relatively passive game. Got +1 range on the way, everyone's joining up. We can see Ryu is a little bit ahead in the workers, but again, both players are still producing workers, so not the biggest of deals. And it looks like we're just getting into Roach versus Roach. Nothing special, nothing fancy. Ooh. Egg gets into the main, snipes the drone, not the biggest deal, but again, very nice. Also confirms the scout, confirming there's no fast spire or anything crazy like that. So everyone knows that so we just got roaches. Oh, very cheeky here. Egg actually moving forward with his queens, dropping some creep to try and snipe one of these overlords. Lings are here to try and stop that, but no, the overlord does go down. Nice moves here by Egg. Oh, as he's taking a fourth, so is Ryu. And where things are going to start to differ here is that Ryu does have a hidden Evo chamber. So Ryu is going to have a much stronger 2-1 timing later on with his upgrades. Egg is only working with one Evo chamber. Are these upgrades the biggest of deals? They can be. Upgrades can dictate how a battle will go, but in Roach vs. Roach, something that's more important than upgrades is positioning. Positioning and Ravager biles as well. So this won't be the biggest advantage, but it will be an advantage. It's not the end of the game, is what I'm getting at. Oh. As both players are still working on 2-2, Egg is working on his second Evo chamber, so he recognizes, you know, kind of the weakness of his army, and he will attempt to catch up. But again, there will be a very big upgrade timing here for Ryu, and I'm sure Ryu wants to hit it. He has finished droning up 67 workers, 4 bases. He is done, and now it's all about just hammering down that roach button, clearing out all these rocks as well to again facilitate for this big push. Has to be careful, has to respect the roaches that his opponent has, and he has to make sure he doesn't hit an anti-timing. You know, wait for +2, right? +2 is great for a reason, but oh, Ryu gonna be bleeding out a roach here and there a little bit before that happens. And Ryu has to be so careful. He's going to try and pull Egg apart. He goes for a little bit of a run by, but Egg sees it coming, does pull off a couple of roaches here to defend. At the same time, Ryu is looking to maybe push in while Egg is distracted, but Egg can handle this pretty nicely. Ooh, but the target fire, 7 drones still go down. Very nice, very unexpected. With that, like 5 drones is more than enough to one-shot, so like very nice target firing there by Ryu. Oof. Meanwhile, Egg, he does reciprocate, goes for a little bit of a Bane run by, not bad, not bad. Evening up the worker count, so they're going blow for blow here. Meanwhile, Egg does go into his Hydra Den faster. Instead of Hydras, what do we have from Ryu? We have Burrow movement. I'm a little bit concerned though, because, okay, no, we have Burrow as well. So Ryu, he's committing to just the mass roach. Egg is getting ready to go into Hydras and eventually lurkers, but right now Egg is a little bit vulnerable. Like, he has to be careful not to go into it too soon. Meanwhile, here we go. He's distracting the main army with his roaches. At the same time, in come the borrowed roach harassment here at the third base and sneaking into the natural. Uh-oh. Not just that, 2-1 is done for Ryu, so he has a 2 upgrade lead here. And he is pulling Egg apart. At the same time, that roach run by goes into the main base, not the natural. Queen is going to get picked off. At the same time, both armies are clashing. The defensive position is a little bit too good for Ryu to really break, but he's just trading more efficiently anyway. Oh, as a couple more biles do connect with that main army. No! The roaches in the main still haven't been cleaned up. We still haven't been cleaned up here at the third base. Egg is being pulled apart. Sure, Egg is not falling here at the fourth base. He is still holding strong against the main army, but he's falling everywhere else. Ay, ay, ay. This is game-ending and crippling damage. The problem with this is, like, the economy is being hurt so badly that Ryu, he's just going to be able to keep remaxing, and Egg, he's running out of money. Like, look at the bank. It's non-existent, especially the gas bank. Oh, boy. Meanwhile, Egg, he's trying to stabilize, but again, very little mining happening here at that third base. Ryu, he's trying to find a way in. He does dip in a little bit forward, but he has to be a little bit careful not to overextend. Oh, does lose a couple of roaches, but he's still in the main base. 7 more drones go down. Ryu doubling the worker counts, and he's gonna force eggs all in. Egg, he's just gonna send it. Hydras are coming out. He doesn't have lurkers. It's just Roach, Ravager, Hydra, and all Ryu has to do is just defend. He's got the high ground. He has a bit of a concave. Egg is breaking through, but the reinforcements are coming out. Egg is on a timer. He has to end the game here and now, but he just can't do it. He can't get anywhere near these bases. G gets called, and Ryu takes the first game. GG. Egg, he didn't recognize it. Hold on, these roaches look a little bit different. They've got spikes on their backs. They can tunnel, they can burrow. Egg was trying to prepare. He did have some spines in some of his bases, but not in his main base. He only had 1 spine at his natural as well. Yeah. It can be hard. It can be really hard keeping up with burrowed roaches, especially if you don't see them coming. Like, the first wave, the first time they hit, is the strongest, because if you're not expecting them, they're gonna get a lot of worker kills, and if they get a lot of worker kills, then it's gonna be that much harder to throw down stack defense. Just because you don't have workers to spare, like your economy is already getting hit. It can be rough. And just like that, Ryu takes a lead in this series. Chorizo party in the chat. I like eggs. Yeah, you know, eggs are good. They're nice. I would like some eggs later today. I haven't had breakfast. It's 11 a.m. in the morning here in Australia. It's one of this. It's always the thing. It's always the case with these Latin American tournaments. Usually, I wake up in the morning, cast, or have a shower, cast, and then I have breakfast afterwards. At like 2 p.m. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But here we go. We are diving into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hardwire ALE. We have El Patito himself, the CranKy Duckling, the Peruvian Zerg. It is Ryu. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Hardwire ALE, we have the Argentinian Zerg player representing Furious Gaming. Down in this series, he needs to win this game to bring it back. It is Egg. El huevo. Again, what I will say is that both players were pretty even with each other up until the difference in tech, right? We saw that both players were able to get up to 4 bases. Both players harassed each other in different ways. Ryu went for a roach run by. Egg went for a Bane run by. Both of them like getting 7 or so worker kills and evening things up. We got into Roach versus Roach. We got our bases established. It's just Egg went into Hydras, and the Hydras didn't really come into play. Ryu went into burrowed Roaches. Of course, we also had the advantage of upgrades for Ryu. He did have 2-1 faster than Egg had 2-0. So again, a big upgrade advantage for Ryu for a while there. So he was just able to trade that much more efficiently and just target down workers that much more efficiently as well with his harassment. So a very good timing there by Ryu. Egg just falling a little bit behind there. And again, like, going into Hydras, it's always a risky thing. Especially because Hydras just aren't good like against Roaches. Like, Roach Ravager is better than Roach Hydra in more often than not. The power of the Hydra comes from the Lurker. Like, that's the big thing about Hydras, is that you can get into this big siege unit that make it almost impossible to push in with Roach Ravager. You have to rely a lot more on Ravager Biles to like force unsieges and force the Lurkers back and pushing through. It's something that we don't see too often. I think we saw it once last week, maybe the week before. Lurker versus Lurker. It happens. I should say Lurker Viper versus Lurker Viper. In the late game of ZvZ. Yeah, it can be hard to get there because Again, both players typically try to kill each other with Roach Ravager first. Speaking of, everything's looking pretty standard here. It was a hatch gas pool from both players. We should be seeing some Baneling nests. There we go. Both Baneling nests are thrown down, both confirming each other that they have their own third bases. No one cutting any corners so far. And we'll see if anyone makes a wave of lings, which is exactly what Egg is doing. Interesting. 8 lings are on the way. He does have a slightly faster Baneling nest as well. So it looks like Egg, his goal is to repel these handful of lings, go across the map, and try and deny this third base. Oh, he's trying to hide the lings! He's trying to hide them! And it looks like he will kind of hide them, but here we go. He's pulling the trigger. He's making a wave of 10 more lings behind this. Egg does not want another Roach versus Roach game. He wants to end the game as soon as possible, and Ryu needs defensive banelings. The first one is on the way, but maybe it's a little bit too late. The lings are already here across the map. The queen is so exposed. Oh my god, and we only have 1 Baneling. It's crazy. Egg, he's taking his time though. He's got 6 Banelings on the way. Again, his goal here is to take down this base, and Ryu doesn't know. He's droning up and he's taking gases. He needs an army. Uh-oh. Oh god, the target fire here is pretty good, and the Baneling, no! The Baneling gets sniped. I think that's game. I think it's over. There's nothing here. The queens, they get surrounded. They're going to go down one after the other. The Baneling's going to roll on forward as well. We do have a full wall, so Ryu is going to defend on 2 bases, but he gives up the third. Oh, or does he? There's no way for him to save this. He's going to try and connect with Banelings. Oh, the splits, the last minute splits are pretty good there, but the third hatchery will fall. Ryu, he just didn't see this coming fast enough. Even though he had overlords across the map, he had very little time to react because it's hardwire. You know, the rush distance isn't that long. And now Egg, you know, he has a nice base lead. He has a nice larva lead. So with this, he can catch up in workers. Like, that's the big thing, is that Ryu does have a drone lead. Uh-oh. Oh, but again, still very scary here. Again, he only has 2 Banelings. Has to be so careful with how he defends, and he's going 2 base muta. Mate, you gotta make, you know, you got lemons, make lemonade, and that's literally all that Ryu has. He's taking all of his gases on 2 bases. Again, he isn't dead, but these mutas have to deal damage. He has to 100% make sure that Egg doesn't see this, because if Egg starts preparing and throws down spores and starts working on an infestation pit or hydras or more queens, these mutas aren't going to do anything. But this is a way for Ryu to come back. It's like he's going to be able to regain his third base. He has Banelings to protect it. Egg, honestly, with what he has, could try and stop this from happening if he wanted to. He's going to send a couple of spotterlings across the map as well. Meanwhile, Ryu wants to make sure you're not going for mutas as well, are you? Confirms. Okay. You only have 1 gas in your main base. Your lair is only just now finishing up. Oh, Baneling run by! Oh, not bad at all. Ryu, despite stuck on 2 bases, also being able to apply some pressure here. Roaches are on the way though. That's what's scary. Egg, he wants to deny the 3rd base again. But it's too late. Mutas are already coming out. Mutas will get map control. Up, 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 up. Meanwhile, Egg throwing away a couple of lings here, which is a little bit scary because here we go. The mutas show themselves and the roaches have to turn around. Ryu has the map control. He forces everything back, and Ryu will be able to saturate his 3rd. And just like that, the game is up in the air again. I'll be honest. Overlords are getting picked off left and right. Roaches as well. Egg has to come up with a plan. What do I do here? How do I expand and take a 4th base? Oh my god, the queen is exposed. The spores are late. Uh-oh. The mutas, if they wanted to, they could probably focus down that spore in the natural base. Instead, they back off. They want some sure damage on these roaches instead. Another overlord goes down. Roaches get to safety. And what is Egg going to do from here? Is he going to go into infestors for fungals? Is he going to go into a hive for vipers? Is he gonna go Mass Queen, or is he gonna throw down the Hydra Den? I say that because, mate, where's the Hydra Den? Uh-oh. Meanwhile, Egg did go for a bit of a Ling run by, but he got cleaned up by Banelings. Ryu, his third base is up and running. And what's important is that Ryu is getting ready to transition into Roaches. Like, he's working on +1 range. He's working on Roach speed as well. Like, he does not plan to just mass Muta. Like, this is just to keep him alive, to get back into this game, to get map control, to go into mass Roach. And honestly, I kind of like that against Roach Ravager. I mean, sorry, Roach Hydra. As both players are actually going for their Hydra Dens. Interesting, interesting. Honestly, Ryu has the freedom to go into Lurkers if he wanted to. Up, up, up! Catches a couple of transferring workers. Almost gets a queen. Ugh. But yeah, this is the thing. Ryu, he can take a 4th base. Egg can't. He cannot. He needs to spread creep if he wants to take another base. And even spreading creep is difficult because we have an Overseer with these mutas. So Ryu, he's just going to have a better economy. And there we go. This is what I love. Hydra Den immediately into Lurkers. Doesn't want to waste any time with upgrades. Meanwhile, the mutas sneak into the back line. They get behind the bases and they will scout the Hydra Den. I don't think they can snipe it, but they see it at least. Oh, this is painful. Like, I've been here so many times as Egg, where it's like the mutas, they can just fly around you, they can do whatever they want. It's so difficult to saturate all your bases, and just like taking a 4th is a pipe dream. Like, it's a dream that you want to happen, but it's just so difficult to pull off. And in comes Ryu. He's basically maxed out at this point. Oh my god. He doesn't even need the Lurkers to end the game. That's what's crazy about this. If Ryu had everything together, maybe he could just break this position, but he's slipping in with his Roaches. He's gonna meet some very strong resistance here. Like, I don't think he has enough to really break on through, but he has the attention of the Hydras, and at the same time, mutas are gonna slip into the main base. Oh, Spore goes down, Queen goes down as well at the same time. Okay, Hydra still stands strong outside the natural and the 3rd. But the mutas force more lost mining time. And at this point, Ryu doesn't care about the mutas. The mutas have served their purpose. Doesn't give a damn. Oh my god. The power. They're gonna kill every Spore, by the way. Crazy. What was that? 3 Spores and a Queen? My god. 3 Spores, a Queen, and 12 drones. As again, eventually this will be cleaned up. But Ryu, he has his Hydras. You know what that means? That means Lurkers. The only thing stopping Ryu from making Lurkers is the fact that he's maxed out. He just doesn't have the supply to make Lurkers. And because of that, these Hydras are pretty bad. Like, he doesn't have any Hydra upgrades. Free up supply, puppy. Cancel the Roaches. There we go. He's just killing his own units. Feels bad, man. You don't want to be a Ravager in this army. Lurker Den is on the way here for Egg, which honestly is really good. Unfortunately, it's just late, you know. It's just all late. Aye. And these Lurkers, I think, are going to be the nail in the coffin. Do we have detection? We do have a lot of Spores. Oh! Can you get one? Almost. There aren't that many Lurkers, to be honest. Only 6 so far. Egg is catching up in the soup. Oh. But the Lurkers, they're edging their way closer. Egg thinking about maybe going for a surround, but he thinks better of it. And the Lurkers, they just deal so much damage. He doesn't have Lurker range, but it doesn't even matter. Hive is done, Adaptive Talents is on the way if the game lasts that long, but G gets called, and Ryu, despite losing his 3rd base, goes into mutas, goes into Lurkers, and takes the series 2-0. Ugh. GG. Damn. GG, well played. Congratulations, Ryu will move on to the next round. And my condolences to Egg. Again, he put up a very good fight. Especially, like, both games, to be honest. Like, I was very impressed with game 1, how he was able to just keep up the entire way with Ryu until Bar of Roaches came into play. And even in game 2, like, taking out that third base was very impressive. It's just, he wasn't able to confirm what Ryu was doing. Getting an Overlord, getting an Overlord into the main base of Ryu was so important. He had to see if there was a Spire or like a Nidus for a 2-base all-in. Or even an Infestation Pit, which would have been odd, but not impossible. Regardless of what it was, like, he needed to figure out what the hell Ryu was doing to prepare and pull back his Overlords and get his Spores up and get his Hydrogen up. Maybe even establish a fast fourth. But, alas, this was not meant to be. Feels bad, man. He didn't see the tech transition, it caught him off guard, and GG. GG. Congratulations, Ryu. He moves on to face Sephiroth. Sorry. Sephiroth. Not to be confused with Sephiroth from Final Fantasy.